Welcome to another edition of Tom Brand One Thoughts. I hope everything's going well for you guys, and I thank you for taking the time to look at this video. Now, Thanksgiving. This is the Thanksgiving Day vlog. Thanksgiving is upon us, and in this vlog, I want to talk about everything and anything about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I don't know about you guys. Thanksgiving, at least for me, it's usually, every year it's more often than not, it's usually the same person hosts Thanksgiving, right? I mean, is it safe to say that? I mean, listen, if you are a single person, or a married couple, and you're living in a condo or co-op or one bedroom, nothing wrong with that, but you're not hosting Thanksgiving dinner, especially if there's a group of 20 people. You're going to the one that has the big house. That's that's where you're going. So it's usually the person that has the big house every year. And I think Thanksgiving, it's a holiday where you're not expected to buy something, like Christmas, it's the holidays. You're not expected you're expected to buy something, You're invited to a family that has kids, nephews. You're expected to buy presents. You go to a barbecue, you're expected to buy beer. You're expected to buy things. I think with Thanksgiving, all that you're really expected to get or bring is some type of food. And usually what happens, if you have old school relatives, the one that's hosting it, especially like if it's a mom or a dad or an aunt or an uncle, older school, they're going to tell you, no, don't bring anything. And as much as you try to want to bring something, they insist that you do not bring anything at all. So much to the point where you're trying to be nice and you're like insisting on bringing something, and they're saying, no, I got it. Don't bring everything. Don't bring anything. So much to the point where it almost causes a heated debate. And I think if you're a single person, going for over Thanksgiving dinner, you're not expected to bring anything, because it's like, oh, it's a single person. But if you're with a significant other, then you're expected, I think, usually to bring something. Like if you're with a girlfriend or a wife, even though the family is pushing not to bring anything, we usually bring something anyway. But when they're pushing not to bring anything, that usually means that they really want you to bring something. They're just trying to be nice. Thanksgiving, man. And Thanksgiving, it's like one of those holidays where, ain't it funny, you're going over your parents' house, where you're going over a relative's house, a relative who you've seen, for the most part, a gazillion times. And you're going in there 9 times out of 10 with sweats, hoodies, and then for whatever reason, you're still with relatives, still seeing the same person that you've seen numerous times before. But now you usually dress up, because obviously you don't want to look like a bum for dinner, right? That's what I do. I have a nice sweater or a nice collared shirt if I'm going over my mom's house. And then what I want to bring sometimes, and I usually forget, it's because I'm too lazy, but trust me, I would bring in after dinner is over and we're just lounging around, hanging out on the couch, I probably want to bring some sweatpants and a hoodie. That way I could relax and lounge around on the sofa. Like, no. Get me out of these uncomfortable clothes. Seriously. Because there's only so long as a grown adult I could be dressed properly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to wear my jeans, but maybe a nice fitted shirt or a nice sweater, I think that's acceptable. Or even a collared shirt would also do well. That would be acceptable, right? So you always got to make sure you're dressed proper. Why? I mean, I don't know, but it seems like it's the right thing to do. Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving, it's I think it's one of the only days where a lot of us will go all out eating. We don't really watch our diets. We go for the turkey. A lot of people don't like turkey. Some like ham, which some rather have ham, which I personally don't get. Some don't like dark meat on a turkey. I personally don't understand that either. I'm all in on the dark and the white meat. Great. I mean, a lot of sides. I think the Hall of Fame as far as Thanksgiving sides, without a doubt, when you associate Thanksgiving dinner and sides in the Hall of Fame for Thanksgiving dinner, as far as sides go, mashed potatoes, stuffing, string beans, my top three. And those are absolutely delicious. Nothing like mashed potatoes and stuffing. Now, I know some people are like all weirded out and funny because some of them, like when you put the stuffing in actual turkey, some people are weird because I guess I could see it to a point. I could see why, but some people don't want to eat the stuffing coming out from the inside of the turkey because they think it's salmonella. I don't know. Come on, silly people. This has been done numerous of years. Think back to the Pilgrims and Indians. Partake in the stuffing. Now, if you're buying stovetop stuffing and using that as stuffing for your Thanksgiving dinner, sorry, I cannot take you seriously as far as stuffing. That does not go on the Hall of Fame as far as stuffing. Sorry, no. With Thanksgiving dinner too, do you find yourself, I mean, especially, it changes, the dynamic changes over the course of time. But usually you have the grown-up table and you have the kids table, right? We all have that. But there's always like an adult that's sitting at the kids table, either because they're the ones that are going to bring up politics, which no one wants to talk about because it only causes arguments. Or they're the ones that are a little quirky, a little kooky. So they're placed with their kids for a reason. That way the adults don't have to deal with that adult. And the kids table, though, let me tell you, when you're growing up, the kids table on Thanksgiving could be quite messy. Don't be surprised if you have food flying all over the place. So, if you're an adult sitting at the kids' table, that means probably that the other adults really have something against you, or they might not like you. I'm just being honest with you guys, telling you the truth. Don't you always feel bad? Like whenever you're at a Thanksgiving Day event too. Maybe you guys do this. Maybe you're the one I'm referring to. But there's always one person that seems to be without a seat. One person that's standing. And it's like they're standing and they're eating, or they're not even eating, they're just standing, and you're like, oh, come on, take a plate, help yourself eat. They're like, no, I got it, I'll eat later. They're overseeing the whole event. And you feel bad for them. Why are they without a seat? And it's usually an older person, when in actuality, because they're matriarch or the one in charge, and they are overseeing everything. But why hasn't this never changed? Why isn't it a young person without a seat? It's always the older person. And that's what I feel so bad, because it's what my mom always does, and she refuses help. It's like you should be hosting a party. And I see why people either host Thanksgiving. Very rarely do they host Thanksgiving and Christmas, because it just takes so much damn work. So much work, right? And it's exhausting. It's exhausting. And I can imagine hosting a Thanksgiving dinner, and then you have to do the dishes. You ever notice too? And then after everyone eats and you're just relaxing on the couch in food coma, it's all the men are sitting around and all the female are doing dishes. And then you hear the occasional coming from the kitchen, can you get up your ass and help? You're like, oh, and your contribution is, I'm bringing butter. I'm bringing the butter back to the fridge. I've done my part. Over the last couple of years, what's been big, you've noticed this too, and I don't understand it, is after Thanksgiving dinner is to go Black Friday shopping. And the stores open up earlier and earlier each year. I think I heard a commercial where JCPenney's is opening up now at 3 o'clock. Macy's is opening up at 4 o'clock. I don't know about you guys, but I personally have never done the Black Friday shopping. I mean, I think to myself, and you hear stories, you see commercials for a 55-inch TV for a Best Buy, and it's a 55-inch Vivio. No offense to anyone that has Vivio, but how good is a Vivio? Or a Westinghouse? If I'm not mistaken, I thought Westinghouse's stoves are made by Westinghouse, so I thought Westinghouse is a refrigerator. It's a AC company. It's one of those type of companies. I never associated them with TVs. How good is a TV from an off-name brand? Maybe I'm being naive. I'm sure it's great, but it's not like you're getting an LG or a Sony. I mean, and how many as you're running through everyone to get what you need there, how many TVs of this doorbuster deal you think they have? They probably have 3 or 4 of them, if even. I mean, I just never understood it. Never understood it. You know what it is too? If you look, a lot of you just gotta kind of be aware of it. A lot of these deals are already happening during the week before Thanksgiving. And I feel bad for you guys that are store managers. Let's say you're a store manager at Walmart and you gotta work on Thanksgiving Eve. Walmart. And here you have a majority of your employees are 17, 18-year-old snot-nosed kids. And they call in Thanksgiving Eve. Oh, I'm not going to be able to come in today. You're a manager now, and guess what? You're going to be on the cash. You're going to be on the register because you have snot-nosed 17, 18-year-old high school kids that could care less. So I feel and I sympathize for everyone that works in retail. This time of the year really is geez, just a crazy time of year. So I personally never partook in the Thanksgiving Eve or Black Friday shopping. Never. You know, and speaking of which, the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade here. Like, I get it. Like, everyone, like, I would never do this parade. I don't know how people go to do it. I mean, you wait forever. I mean, you gotta be out there early to get a good spot. And, okay, it's a bunch of balloons floating by. Like, how many times are we gonna see the same balloons? Okay, we get it. We get it. It's balloons. Like, no, I could never see myself going out there waiting in the cold just to see a bunch of balloons float by. And you see the singers sometimes on these floats that's... And let's say you're going there because you know a singer's going to be on a float. But usually these singers are weird. It's either people that are just coming up or coming up as far as popularity or going down as far as popularity. Guaranteed the person that you wanted to see is coming up in popularity. They're not going to be singing that whole time on the float, so you better make sure you're standing where they're going to be singing that one song before they jump off the float and call it a day. I don't know. The Macy's Thanksgiving. I even heard too that I think like you could buy a ticket and you could watch them like actually inflate the balloons. Like, so forget about the actual parade. If you buy a ticket, you could watch them inflate the balloons. I believe it's like in Hoboken or somewhere like that. A lot of people on the Thanksgiving Day, they have the tradition of grown-ups against kids playing football. As time goes by, you remember you were able to beat those kids single-handedly. And you kids, you always lost to the grown-ups. But now as the kids are getting bigger and bigger, man, has Father Time calmed up. It's picked up. And now the kids are beating the adults. And the macho men in the group, in the family, like, we lost to a bunch of 17, 18-year-old kids now. Where just a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, they're little 8-year-old snot-nosed kids, and we were like, okay, make sure you fall down, that way they win, blah, blah, blah. Now they're legitimately destroying us. I wonder how often that dynamic happens every year. It must be quite pretty funny. I'm sure there are a lot of awkward conversations that happen at Thanksgiving too. Don't see each other. You only see each other once, twice a year. And then hey, how are you? How's everything? Oh, great. Just a whole bunch of awkwardness. But whatever happens, guys, enjoy your Thanksgiving. I'm going to be posting up like 2 different videos that were recorded earlier in the last couple of weeks. Enjoy them. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Hope all is well. We'll speak very, very soon.